Hey, what is up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys doing another Marvel Legends action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Spider-Man Edge of Spider-Verse Wave Venom. And here's Venom out of the packaging, looking menacing as ever. Now, I really do think this is an awesome figure. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not really a huge Marvel Legends guy, but lately I've been getting a couple here and there, and I've been really kind of eyeing a lot of the Spider-Man and Venom ones, just because I'm such a massive Spider-Man and especially Venom fan, that I wanted to get as many figures into my collection of those characters as I could. And actually, from watching another YouTuber, Cincy Nerd, if you guys aren't following him, make sure you guys are. He does some amazing toy hunt videos that are pretty funny and just fun to watch. Really cool guy, so make sure you guys haven't seen his videos, make sure you guys go ahead, check him out, and go ahead and subscribe to him. But he was doing a video hunting at a local Meijer and saw, not only did they have these figures in stock, but they were also doing 50% off. So I was like, for 10 bucks, heck yeah, I'm gonna go buy a couple of these. So I went over, found this Venom, and I cannot wait to add him to my collection. Overall, I think the sculpt is fantastic, articulation is really good, and it's just a really good representation of the original Todd McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man run where Venom was introduced. But let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that this figure did come with. We are given 2 sets of hands and 2 head sculpts for this figure. And now looking at the actual hand sculpts, these are actually detailed pretty nicely. Not a whole lot going on as far as like intricate details or anything like that on them, but the little claw hands look really nice. The paint apps look really good with the black here, and then you get the little white square on the back with the little web shooting dot right there. That looks really good, and same with the fisted hands. Not a whole lot of detail, but all, you know, the fingers and everything are sculpted out really nicely. And once again, you get that nice clean square on the back. And then as far as the head sculpts, you get 2 of them, one being just this classic kind of grinning pose with all the teeth really detailed out there. This looks fantastic. I love the way they did the eyes. Those came out really nice and clean. The huge Venom eyes look really good. And I really like this head sculpt with kind of the classic grin. The teeth all throughout here are painted individually, and those look fantastic. Came out really clean. This is probably my favorite head sculpt of the 2. And then as far as the second one, you get the classic tongue out. Now this one's really cool as well. I just like the little bit more classic version because I already have another figure that has a nice head sculpt with the tongue and everything. But this one's really nice. You get the kind of wrinkles there with the more aggressive face in the forehead. The eyes are a little bit smaller because he's doing kind of, you know, the more aggressive squinting there. And then here you actually, instead of just the painted teeth, you actually get them all sculpted out. Mouth is open. You have the really nice classic McFarlane tongue there. Really like the kind of green Venom, you know, drooling out of the mouth, and then the way they painted it all over the tongue. I think that looks really cool. And I really kind of like that they gave it the tongue like a little twist there at the end. I think that just really looks like Venom from the comics. Taking a closer look at Venom himself, like I said in the beginning, I really feel this is a classic, more comic accurate version of Venom than I've seen in a lot of figures. But like I said, the head sculpt looks fantastic. Really like that they give him just that little kind of sinister grin there. But now coming down to the actual body, not a whole lot going on, but it's just Venom, so it's just a, you know, a black suit. They painted the spider symbol really, really well. Have a little bit of a kind of a scuff or kind of like just a blotchy patch right there. Nothing too major though. That looks really good. Love the way they sculpted. This one is a little bit more of, not like, more of kind of like a stockier, bulkier Venom, which he was in the original comics, which I really like. But you get all the muscles and everything all sculpted out. That looks really good here in the abdomen. Going around here to the back, once again, you get the continuation of the spider logo, and that looks awesome. On the back, it's really nice and clean. Once again, you get all like the muscles and everything there, and the shoulders all sculpted out. That looks really cool. Coming over here, the arms, once again, not a whole lot as far as detail other than just muscle sculpting, but they did a really nice job with all the muscles throughout the arms. Those look really good. Again, kind of going down to the torso. Just more of the muscle sculpting, and then the black looks really nice. It looks pretty even on all the parts. Nothing really kind of stands out as far as being off color or anything like that. And then coming down to the legs, once again, just get more of the really kind of stylized muscle sculpting that just really makes Venom Venom. And then coming down here, you get the little boots, and then one thing I do like is it's the actual kind of boot here at the bottom, not just like a toad claw or some of the more monstrous elements that they've added to Venom over the years. We get the traditional just rounded boots here at the bottom. All right, taking a closer look at the articulation on Venom. As far as the head, we get side to side rotation. He can look up quite a bit, but once again, you do get it's not looking too awkward, but you do get a little bit of a gap there, and then he can actually look down all the way, touch his chin to his chest, which is really nice. The only thing on mine I'm not too crazy about is, so like if I try to get him in like a more of a natural pose, like so he can either look like this or look forward, but if I try to get anything in the middle, actually it's going to do it now, but there for a while it was just kind of popping forward. I don't know if all of them were that way, or if maybe it's just something. See if I get to do it. It's not going to do it now, but I was noticing like I was having trouble kind of getting to like not all the way up and not all the way forward. If I wanted something more of a mid-range, I was having a little bit of trouble getting it into that sort of pose. As far as the arms, he can go all the way out to 90 degrees to his body, so that looks really nice. There is a bicep swivel there at the top of the bicep. That works really well. He is double jointed at his elbows, so you get good range of motion there. His wrists do rotate and are hinged to go up and down. As far as the torso, we do get waist rotation. He does have an ab crunch that actually works very, very well. He can go forward quite a bit. Now you do get kind of a weird little bunching there in the back. So just if you're gonna pose him that far forward, there's gonna be a little bit of a kind of awkwardness there in the back. And then he can actually go back quite a bit with that ab crunch. Once again, you do get a little bit of an awkward kind of look there, but nothing too bad. And then as far as the legs, he can do the full splits. So that works out really well as far as the range of motion there. He is cut here at the thigh, so there is upper thigh rotation. He is double jointed at the knees, so you get fairly good articulation there. There is a cut here at the calf. And as far as the feet, they do hinge up and down, and then there's also that ankle pivot rocker. And here's just a quick comparison between the Marvel Legends and the Diamond Select Classic Venoms. Now, the Marvel Legends is definitely the more classic look to the original comic appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 300, whereas the Diamond Select is a little bit more of the modernized, more monstrous look of Venom. Both figures are fantastic in their own right. I do prefer a little bit more of the monsterized kind of look of Venom, so I think I like the Diamond Select just a little bit more, but the Legend is a fantastic addition to my collection to show the true comic look of Venom. So that is going to do it for my review of the Marvel Legends Venom figure. And like I said at the beginning, I think the articulation is fantastic. The sculpting, for what limited kind of details the classic Venom has, I think they really nailed it. And I really do feel that this is probably the best classic Venom that I've ever seen in a figure. This really kind of shows the original Todd McFarlane drawings, and it just looks really good and just really shows that original kind of design concept almost perfectly, in my opinion. This is just if you're a Venom fan, if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you collect the Marvel Legends, this is a figure you definitely want to try to get. That is going to do it for me this evening. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys watch them. Remember to go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and that will do it for me this evening. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.